here on Capture the Flag this weekend. It starts here on Argyle, game number 1.
And oh my God, a pick off right off the bat. Falcated takes out Snakebite and Frosty going down. So that's 2 kills going in favor of Sentinels. And the push is already going down. Boo Boo Doo Boo already in the front of FaZe's base.
And Renegade getting contested over towards the vent side and dealt with quickly as Sentinels once again gained that advantage, and Falcated gonna get himself what I thought was an easy kill, but Snakebite, he's never an easy one.
What a turnaround out pistol from Snakebite. Falcated getting first shot, but Snakebite more importantly getting the last shot. That's 2 down apiece. Spartan holding down vent, but they do not have the control needed on the map, so we're back to a neutral territory.
I talked about this yesterday. Sparty sneakily beating one of the best snipers in the game, especially on Argyle, but drops that sniper and looks like Renegade gonna pick it right back up. He's gonna be contested once again on the vent side, but smartly gonna back down, play his life, catch a new angle, get the player down to 1 shot, grapples right in, and almost lines up the first, gets him the second time, a double for the Demon as he moves his flag forward. Oh my God.
Slaying an objective. What can't this Renegade do? Helping his team get this first pull, and I do not know if they're in any position to stop this lethal. The furthest one up here for Sentinels, and that flag is just going to continue running.
Double kill out of Renegade, gets the 3rd one, then passes that flag over to a Snakebite, knowing that he's 1 shot. That is perfect communication, small talk, and teamwork that leads to FaZe putting the first flag cap on the board. Back over towards Snakebite, we see QT coming up.
That's the danger in some of those tumultuous situations, is if you're able to snag those slays and grab the objective right away, those players respawning are going to be of no effect during that flag run. So huge heads up play from Renegade to get those slays and continue to press forward.
Thought Snakebite was going to be able to get away with that sniper. Not going to happen, but Renegade in the base of Sentinels, and their sniper is right in front of them. Portal and sniper is a big combination, especially as FaZe momentary 4v2. He's going to be able to start this run, but Sentinels, they're spawning up quickly.
Yeah, Sentinels pulled the flag. They're not going to keep their 100% record here with flag pulls to flag caps. And Renegade has something else on his mind. He wants to be on the offensive and just grab a flag in return.
Starts that flagpole to be a little bit of a decoy. Then Renegade bounces right back over toward the 50. Eventually, Sentinels get the return, but Renegade sitting up high. Sniper in hands, and he has 7 bullets to work with still.
And look at this game just slow down to a halt. Here comes the setup here from Sentinels. They set a trap over in the center. They pick off Frosty. And I believe that's lethal, pushing for the flag same time. If Sentinels are able to secure these last couple kills, they can move this flag across the map. Brilliantly played here by Sentinels, but the slays have not come in. And with Renegade and a sniper across the map, you have to stop and shoot.
Sentinels moving that flag forward. They needed Renegade to hit a shot with that sniper. It looks like it's not going to happen, but here comes Frosty, seemingly out of nowhere. Easy kills come for FaZe. The return once again, that was almost dangerous for FaZe.
Yeah, if Sentinels were able to secure 1 kill a little bit faster, somehow putting that pressure on Renegade a little bit quicker, that flag certainly would have been moving across the map, but FaZe cleanly be able to get that back to their base. So there's just a lot of these crazy traps being set from both sides. It paused to a halt, and then as soon as 1 kill happens, both teams are sprinting for the opposing flag.
And Boo Boo Doo Boo coming in quick. Damage with the sidekick, BR as well, but can't quite find the kills. Luckily, Sentinels pick up. Lethal running that flag forward, almost able to slingshot. Are gonna actually go back down to 1 shot. Looks like he is able to turn the corner. Sentinels might be able to tie this up, but Lethal's down to 1.
Yeah, 2nd time or 3rd time here, we're seeing that Sentinels, as soon as they get a kill, they're grabbing the flag right away, and that's gonna be a tie game here. Sentinels putting the first flag in.
Big cap coming out of Sentinels to tie things up, but you still have 7.5 minutes worth of gameplay. Boo Boo Doo Boo almost finding that angle with the sniper. Royalty said, you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of a different angle.
Look at this, slowing back down. Falcade gonna translocate onto the opposite side of the map, pick off Renegade. And historically, we've seen this first kill really spur into a chaotic moment, but Royal 2 just holding down the elbow with a snipe is gonna put a stop to any Sentinel push.
It's Boo Boo Doo Boo going up against Royal 2 with sniper in hands, and either one of them looking for that counter snipe opportunity. Boo Dubu has control of his pistol side. His teammate in Falcated gets back smacked, and that gives FaZe the advantage. But Boo Dubu with the quick scope lines it up against Snakebite. The BR gets the finish. Boo Dubu stabilizing the situation, and that's a killing spree for him.
Great killing spree there. Must have read the situation, knowing someone jumps across top center or grappled on up into his vent. This is going to be the point of contention here for Sentinels right now. They have to clear out their vent and get this top control, or they need to push across the map to make sure they don't get trapped in their own base.
And now Boo Dubu getting a little bit of a sneaky angle over toward the bottom mid side. He has Sparty over toward the pistol, and that's a smooth body shot coming up from him, and Sparty able to switch right back out.
And here it goes again. 2 going down for FaZe, and Sentinels immediately in the flagpole before a first spawn happens. Renegade, the first spawner, somehow gets the pick on Boo as he spawns over elbow. I know Sniper popped up as well, so I'm not sure what FaZe are going to do with the snipe, but it should be relatively safe since that flag did not get out too far.
Quantum Translocator coming up as well as Renegade. Thought it was in a 1v1, but he has that teamwork coming in. They're able to collapse quickly over towards the mid side. Half the members of Sentinels are down. Boo Dubu is going to join him after Renegade getting the piv against his former teammate.
Here we see Renegade taking over this vent. Quantum Translocator popping up. He lives and grabs it. Now, how does he decide to play this? Jumps on in towards bomb center. In short, these players are going to try to separate from that teleport location so they can go back in. That is going to be shut down there from Falcated before that equipment can be utilized.
Renegade ends up going down, but Frosty is still forward here for FaZe. Long range shots connecting onto Lethal, and woo! That's a marksman medal coming out of one of the best marksmen in the game.
Yeah, back to neutral territory. Looks like Frosty's trying, or sorry, Royal 2 is trying to run the sniper back, and they're just gonna sit and post up for a little bit to see who overextends from Sentinels. One thing that's been good for Sentinels, though, as they've navigated across the map here in Argyle, they aren't just flying across the center of the map, Ramley. They're taking very cautious routes along the sides until they have that numbers advantage. So even though they sometimes get that sniper posted up, sometimes they're just not finding the targets. And even when they do, they're gonna outshoot you anyways, like Falcated did against Frosty.
And that patience is working so well for Sentinel. They've been getting that advantage. They've been looking for left and right, and now Falcated has a hold of the sniper. Snakebite right in his line of sight, and now Snakebite forced to hide in that corner. Falcated not gonna let him get away that easily, hunts him down, and now tries to get out with his life.
That kill was just a little too tasty. Not gonna let that player get full shield back. A little surprising you didn't see a ping there in that exact corner. Probably just called out that exact spot where Snakebite was at and realized no one else was going to finish it, so Falcated had to finish the job himself.
And with the game tied at 1 apiece and Renegade with the sniper, I would love to hop on board with the listening with FaZe. Both teams looking for that next cap.
One hit on my
He is grapple. They're shotty. Two shotty.
Yo, PJ, I'm going to our flag to shoot. Going to our flag. They haven't grabbed our caution. They're pulling on me. Two on me.
We're spawning.
One hit on me. I got good shots here. Another one.
I'm winning weak. I kill our window.
There's someone on me. Someone on elbow.
Last guy.
Yo, I'm leaving Quantum.
Let's get up on the map a little bit more here.
Yeah. I'm going kind of fucking rogue here.
Yeah, I like that. Let's get more.
Sparty
guys. I don't think
we never killed him. He was crouching right side.
You clear my Brad.
Yo, they love playing. They're PCs. I'm dropping from. I killed their PCs. That's not Sparty though.
Snipe.
Yo, Matt, you have gaps open, okay?
Yo, our caution.
Yeah, that might be Sparty. He's here sniping that sniper. Sniper's weak bottom mid, John. They're from base.
I'm just gonna see. One might be a shotty.
Yeah, here, Matt. I'm one hit. Pushing out for you.
What's up, PJ?
John, good win.
Basically, PJ, flanking you, PJ. Shotty ramp. Watch out the base, absolutely.
That's not him, though.
Nice, PJ, shoot that, guys.
Yeah,
they're snipers. They're starting to get up on the map.
Yes. You can play. On the base. Are you? I'm looking.
Can you come shotty on me? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get you, PJ.
I have your window.
They're barrels.
Yeah, Mendo, I have all your cross, okay? I'm Mendo.
We're done.
I can kill the guy. Where is he? Barrels and PCs.
Watch out barrels.
PCs one.
You want to the barrels.
You're not good.
And throughout that listening and throughout that position from Snakebite, you saw quite a difference in strategy. One, you heard Frosty calling out how Sentinels are traditionally playing this map. Secondly, you heard them call out the last member from Sentinels saying, "Where is Sparty?" They know that things are too good to be true when they're not seeing one of these players flanking around. So they are not relaxed until they find that hidden member. Once they spot Sparty out, they knew they no longer had to worry about the back of their base. They're slowly sweeping through the rest of the map. The third takeaway from there was Snakebite's positioning. You noticed that once Snakebite was in the opposing base, he didn't go for a grab right away. He was going for rounds of slaying, trying to find where Sparty was at. They wanted to do a more methodical flag run compared to Sentinels. Sentinels get a kill or two, and they're flying right in the flag.
And it's that communication and teamwork that leads to another 3 down for Sentinels and a QT grab for Renegade. FaZe already have the advantage, and now they're starting to pressure Sentinels here. Luckily, Falcated with the off-screen kill to kind of alleviate that pressure just a little bit, but Renegade, he's still sitting at the height advantage.
Yeah, and just sweeping around this map, trying to see where these members of Sentinels are coming from. I like this play from Renegade, still pushing towards the flag rather than just trying to consistently be on defense. And here he goes. He goes in for the back push, meets too much resistance, and teleports on out to the top center to lay down shots.
And he's not able to portal back over toward the flanking angle because that QT runs out of time. So now he's at the hightail it into the base over toward the pistol side, and Sentinels anticipating this push well. You see 2 members of Sentinels starting to push them back. Renegade forced to back down over toward the control side, but a stray grenade gives him the advantage he needs.
And look at that, just buying time. Royal 2 comes in to clear out Falcated, and the damage has been done. That's 3 down. Boo-Boo Doo with the last one remaining. We're not going to hear FaZe calling this out right now, but you know that they are going to call out exactly where Boo-Boo is or if he's missing. So since Renegade spot out Boo-Boo there, no longer a FaZe worried about their backs and the back of their flag. They know where the last member is and how far a new spawner could push up to.
Less than 30 seconds on the clock here. A pull can force the sudden death, but the back onto Renegade, that's going to stop any push for FaZe. Now Sentinels, if they happen to get the slays at the right time, maybe they can get a pull, and that's a no-scope coming out of Boo-Boo Doo-Boo right as Lethal was starting to push in.
Yeah, and this is actually a good spot for Sentinels pull this. They got 3 down. Renegade, the last one alive. Lethal is not going to hesitate. Gets the flag pushed on out. Falcated buying time, but Boo-Boo needs to start moving this across the map. He does. He decides to repulse it in front of him. Cannot get the challenge on the flag, and that's going to slowly tick down. Lethal, last one remaining. That flag's going to be done for.
The pull was good enough to start the sudden death, but you had to get the follow-up kills with it, and FaZe's objective defense comes in. We got an overtime here.
And keep in mind how these 2 teams have been playing out this flag match thus far. Sentinels, on one hand, as soon as they get a kill, 0 hesitation, fly across, killing other members, and grab the flag. FaZe, on the other hand, they like to get a bit more control. They're not going to leave things up to chance. They don't want to put themselves in a chaotic situation. Instead, they want to get kill after kill, find where players are at, and then take the flag along the safest route. Let's see which play style ends up better.
FaZe have no problem getting kill heavy here, and with them putting Sentinels 2 down, Boo-Boo Doo-Boo answers right back. Yes, one more battle has to go through. Oh, not a 1v1, it's a 1v2. Sentinels getting the help they're looking for, and Boo-Boo Doo-Boo still has plenty of time with the portal.
Yeah, Boo-Boo still has the port, still spotting all these players. Catches Snakebite a little off guard here. Gonna get some help from Falcated, and there's the first entry kill that Sentinels need to push into this flag. Just like we stated before, they're getting a kill or 2, and they're going straight for that flag. It's still a 2v2 situation. Boo-Boo moving the flag all across computers, meeting some resistance from Royal 2. That's one of the downsides of the strategy sometimes. You don't have the guaranteed clear routes, but Sentinels enjoy some of that chaos. They feel like they can win some of those battles, and this flag is still alive. Royal 2 trying to get it back safely to his base.
The off angles from Sentinels and the flanking routes almost able to get that flag past the 50, but once again, FaZe stop it short and get the return. But once again, a well-placed grenade deals with another member of FaZe as Sentinels momentarily get the advantage. Snakebite gets his shields back.
Yeah, Snakebite having to get his shields back, but then secondly, even just crouching and watching his flag saying, hey, I've seen this play out before. As soon as 1 or 2 of us drop, they are flying in our plat and trying to see if you can catch any unsuspecting member of Sentinels going right for his flag.
Snakebite might be in trouble here. Sparty, not too long ago, got the double kill that left FaZe on staggered spawns, and once again, Snakebite down to 1 shot, trying to desperately get his shields back. Frosty takes down Boo-Boo Doo-Boo. Snakebite's now gonna advance forward. Smarty off the spawn, gets himself a sniper. Can't quite find the hit, but Snakebite gonna turn quickly onto Lethal. Not able to get that flagpole, but Sentinels 3 down. FaZe still have an opportunity to push up.
Yeah, FaZe aren't going to hesitate here. They know the last member alive is in the back of the base, and so they're taking up much ground. And then here they're going to force Sentinels to try to push out one by one and pick them off. Surprised FaZe didn't get up a little further. It feels like Sentinels were able to take up more ground than they should be able to off the spawn.
2 members of FaZe over towards Sentinel's pistol side. Snakebite, that forward player, and you even have Renegade and Royal 2 on the opposite side. FaZe are taking up a lot of space on the map.
Yeah, taking up a lot of space, but not able to spot out these members. They're in these top power positions, you're just waiting for Sentinels to reveal themselves. As soon as they reveal, that's 3 down. Lethal, the last one alive. Ooh. What can he do? He's going to die and join his teammates in the respawn screen. This is going to be a flagpole from Renegade. What can Boo Boo do from the back of the flag? 4 down in favor of FaZe, but the flag was pulled a bit late, so they're going to have to slay again, which you know FaZe has no problem doing. Roar 2 taking down Boo Boo Doo, but Roar 2 gets cleaned up as well. Frosty with the body shot is enough to put Sentinels 3 down once again. This flag has to start moving forward. They got the kills, but they're not getting the distance for that objective. 1v1 Boo Boo versus Frosty, lays down a couple of grenades, and that flag is back home safely. All those slays for nothing. They still have another chance to grab this flag again, but great defense from Sentinels to pick off the crucial members. Here comes another Slayer 2 from Royal 2 and Snakebite over at the Sentinels flag, but the flag is not moving.
Sentinels just keep spawning so close to that flag, and they're able to slow down FaZe at every given turn. But you have to imagine a 4 down into a 3 down. Eventually, this flag has to start going forward for FaZe. Otherwise, Sentinels, they're going to counter eventually.
Well, that's the problem. Once you're on defense at your base, if you can go 1 for 1, in theory, the hypothesis is that you can trade kill for kill, and your reinforcements are going to be there faster because they spawn closer to your base. So this is a situation that, even though FaZe were outslaying, 3-2, 4-3, 4-2, it didn't matter because Sentinels just had more reinforcements. They were fine to trade out as long as they were getting a kill here or there. When they were going all 4 down without any kills in return, that's where they would be in trouble.
Falcon with the sniper could be the difference maker. The Sentinels need to finally convert this defense into some offense here. Off screen, we do see trade out in live, so another 3v3. Next battle could be so important, especially a sneaky angle by Falcon. You got 6 bullets in the chamber. What are you gonna do with it?
I mean, at this point, if they don't have the kills and guarantee, I feel like they're gonna wait this one out and go for that full replay. So we're gonna see how this one decides to play out. Looks like a fight here. Looks like maybe a last second push. We do have Sentinels getting a flagpole. This is dangerous because in a situation like this where you overextend, you could set up FaZe for a counter pull of their own. Royal 2 pushing into the enemy flag to see if we can get a pull. But too little, too late. We are going to a reset.
All 4 members of Sentinels get wiped right there, and there was just one member of FaZe that was in the face. Oh my God, because the sudden death would have carried over. FaZe would have started that flag. It would have had a sudden death in favor of FaZe. But either way, overtime, no cap. Now we get to see a double overtime. Next cap will win it here on Argyle. This game number 1 decides momentum in the series. You know both of these teams want it so bad.
Yeah, both these teams want so bad. FaZe have to be kicking themselves a little bit during that first overtime. They had so many rounds of slays over in the Sentinels base. They weren't able to transition that into any flag distance. It's okay to take a pause here and there and get slays. But in theory, or the rule of thumb, is that you need to get slays and get that flag at least towards halfway across the map. That way, any of your spawners can be in the picture. They can finish the run. They can help become part of the fight. Whereas FaZe, they just went for too many rounds of slays. They just didn't know the answer to clearing out the back of the base or the elbow.
Yeah, FaZe, we talked about them being undefeated and captured a flag here this weekend, but largely that's been behind their firepower. They're just outslaying everyone left and right, but eventually you try to see a little bit more efficiency. One cap can determine, especially here on Argyle, and actually in double overtime, it will decide.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, we're going to see once again, can FaZe get the outslaying like they have been and translate it into a capture like we saw in the very first round of this? Or is it going to be Sentinels going for another scrappy cap? They're going to get a kill or 2. They're going to fly across, and they're going to start moving that flag. Even if they don't know that lane is fully clear, they will start moving it.
And I'm glad we have Sentinels on screen and we saw it because one player that really impressed me was Bubu. 24 kills and 16 assists. And that wasn't even by the time the game was done. He was really not only slaying out, but also getting the assist as well. On top of that, they're going to need that type of performance, the Sentinels, if they're going to beat out FaZe.
Look at this, a bit more of an aggressive start here for FaZe. Before, when they would be sitting over towards vent or center of the map and slaying, they would wait for those first moments to push across, and now they're not hesitating. They're taking some learnings from these first couple rounds. Royal 2 sitting as the anchor, getting these snipes.
Royal 2 with the sniper. Meanwhile, for screen, the leading Slayer and Renegade does end up going down. Royal 2 immediately takes this sniper towards the height. Beautiful shot over to the vent side. He's not done as he body shots Bubu as well and claims control over toward the top mid side as Royal 2. Eventually, his kill does end up getting cleaned up, and FaZe have a momentary advantage here.
And look at this, total vent control, doing such a good job here for FaZe. Now, can they convert it into a couple more kills and then a pull? Look at this, Sparty already going for the flank. Not just Sparty though, he has one of his teammates. That's gonna be 2 members dropping. What was a FaZe full control across top now is turning into all 4 FaZe members dead, and Sentinels moving this flag across the map. Spartan gonna try to flank these members all the way over on FaZe's left side.
This boy Sparty got that dog in him. You saw the grapple quickscope earlier, and now he's making sure that nobody crosses the 50 to stop this flag from going in. That flag is already towards the base. Bubu's gonna push it in. Sentinels handing FaZe their first loss here on Capture the Flag.
Zero hesitations on grabbing that flag as soon as they got the kills. You give them a little opening. It's gonna sprint on out with that flag. Well, on their back foot, and they're gonna sprint out off the start and see which positions both these teams are going to take. Quite a bit of a slower start here from Sentinels. I'm used to the squad getting ready for flanks, pushing their advantage, trying to force some action, but you see them kind of being a bit more reactionary off the start. You see Falcated not making his own play towards planters, trying to assist his teammates here in bottom, middle, and driveway. Let's see if it pays off, but that's going to be 2 kills for FaZe. Obviously, Sniper going to be the main point of contention here.
Yeah, it's obvious to me that FaZe immediately prioritizing that sniper and getting over towards that nest control. You're seeing Falcon doing everything he can to try to stay alive over toward the mid side, but now his teammates are dropping left and right. And the good news, he gets to join them.
Frosty also just knowing these perfect angles. You heard that nade banking right near, you saw it right near Falcated, but we had no idea where it's coming from. I almost felt like that nade was coming from Loop or something, but Frosty still having snipe. Must have been like S4 pushing over towards Truck to get that final finish onto Falcated. Now let's see who does snipe. Picks a new angle. About to check into the hotel and decides, nah, let me go check out the snipe area again. Keep this high advantage. Really worried here about this posters and these stairs. Wanting to make sure they don't get any sort of angle. Frosty decides to push out. Realizing too many players are cramping his style over at snipe and wants to, instead of waiting for the action to come to him, he's going to bring the firepower to Sentinels.
A killing spree to start off the game for Frosty, and the boy hasn't died one time yet, even having a sister go along with it as Frosty taking down to the low ground. It's an 11-8 lead in favor of FaZe, but you see 3 members of Sentinels breaking through the yard side. Frosty luckily gonna duck that situation. It looks like Sentinels aren't aware of it just yet, but with that kill onto Bubu, they find out.
Frosty found the action, and that action just rotated over towards the rest of his teammates. So Frosty doing a great job staying alive, but non-stop pressure from Sentinels, and also decisive decisions being made. They are just not contemplating or hesitating. They're saying, all right, we see this person over here towards driveway. Let's leave that person. Let's go towards LR and charge the rest of the FaZe members.
And it was eventually FaZe that ended up going 3 down, but somehow Frosty stays alive and waits for his teammates to come off a spawn. And now that all members of FaZe are up, they start to get aggressive, but Sentinels answer right back. Finally, Frosty goes down, but still a 3-kill game in favor of the boys in red.
3-kill game, but consider also FaZe, they had that entire sniper rifle. We did not see that touch the hands of Sentinels here. Now that Sentinels have control of the snipe side of the map, what are they going to be able to do with this weapon in 15 seconds? It feels like they almost don't care. This is actually a bit surprising. I'm all for aggression from time to time, but they're leaving the snipe side of the map and just charging to try to find battles against FaZe.
This is now the second time that we see Sentinels make a 3-man push over towards the flower side. Will it pay off as Snakebite looking to combat evolve that sniper over towards Poster, but the nades are now coming right back at him. Never able to grab a hold of that sniper, but neither are Sentinels.
Yeah, not able to get that weapon. Now these next slaves are going to decide who gets that sniper rifle. Boo Boo and crew trying to battle or back away Snakebite. Snakebite's going to snag that, run away through loop, and this is a sniper that almost certainly was going to go in the favor of Sentinels. However, Sentinels pushed out a little too hard. It felt like they tried to force a little too much action. Now, albeit Snakebite is not in a safe spot yet. He has it no scopes, and the pressure's on. Renegade, last one alive. Spartan has the sniper.
Snakebite was able to combat evolve that sniper towards him, but once he goes down, Sparty gets a hold of it, and now you see one more member of FaZe over toward the driveway side, and now Renegade is starting to move into position. Sparty not quite aware of it just yet, but he's taking a low route, concealing his presence, and then planting one right onto the head of Frosty.
What a challenge right there. Most of the times you're seeing your snipers post up way behind, making sure that you keep your safety as the most important piece, but Spartan just trying to find some fights. Tries to take out Royal 2 with the truck. Not successful. Bait and switch coming out of Snakebite, and Royal 2 just fighting for the lives against Sentinels.
Royal 2 down to one shot. He's taking cover, and Snakebite, that forward player, ends up going down, and Royal 2 joins him. So now a momentary 4v2 for Sentinels as they take map control. They also take the life of Renegade, find the spawning player in Frosty. Sentinels starting to look good as they take the lead.
Yeah, taking the lead here, and I wouldn't say it's because they're sitting back with Snipe. It feels like aggression is the only page in their playbook. I don't see the other chapters in this playbook here, Tony. They just want to always force the action when they have the chance. So right here, slowing it down, setting up a trap. We're gonna see how FaZe decide to react here.
Might have been a hidden chapter in the book. Finally, we see them slow the game down, and Boo Boo Doo holding on to that snipe side of the map. We see two members of FaZe start to move into position, but Frosty, the first one to go down. You said it before, you give Sentinels any kind of advantage, they're going to play through it. Sparty flies in, but ends up giving up his life. Boo Boo Doo can't quite find the angle he's looking for. Here it is.
And a slow finish there for Boo Boo. He knows that other players are around him. Snakebite decided to run away from the yard. Both players decide to back down. And once again, 1 kill lead here for Sentinels, but they have control of the center of the map. Quantum Translocator spawning up in 15. Also Snipe coming up soon.
Still a 1 kill game, make it 2 at the Sparty, takes down 1. Roar 2 being left by himself over toward the blue side and not able to get away. QT coming up, Boo Boo Doo starting to push in. Sparty's also over toward the cafe side. Once again, Sparty goes down, but Boo Boo Doo still gets away with the transporter.
Yep, got the Quantum Translocator. Somehow Snipe still not picked up after it's been up for 10 or 11 seconds. This is a bit surprising here from Sentinels. Obviously, these top pros, they know how to time these power weapons. However, it feels like they are favoring to get aggressive, take up more ground, rather than grabbing that weapon as soon as it spawns. And because of it, feels like they're being punished sometimes. I feel like Sentinels are doing the tough part, which is get control of the crucial parts of the map. And they aren't reaping all the benefits of that. They aren't just sitting and grabbing that snipe as soon as it pops. They aren't able to slow it down. You've seen that FaZe are being much more reactionary. Punish them for that. That's what Sentinels need to do in positions like this.
Only a 1 kill game as we start to slowly approach the end game. I want to hop into a listening with Sentinels. Sparty with the sniper. How are they getting another advantage here on the map?
Yeah, weak silo or something.
Yes,
Still
yes.
solid.
Nice.
Pushing up TJ.
Left side.
Mike. You might go one shot. There's 1 yard maybe.
One.
They might spawn sniper
Any
yard.
snipe out?
Either sniper yard spawn.
No, it was one
bullet,
bullet,
one
I
shot.
think.
One shot yard.
I'm
Plus you
looking.
one shot. Out there. It was so safe.
Hard flowers.
And nest left.
Shot flowers, flower door.
Up nest. One
Shot flower
shot.
door. He got away yard, got him yard.
Let's ramp with one shot.
Let's go.
Let's go benches together.
I'm coming, Jesse.
S4 right now.
S4 now.
S4 and blue window cross.
I'm getting shot from blue window.
One tram, I can watch S4.
Yeah, call this
Yeah,
out.
one shot S4. He fell blue truck, one shot nest ramp. Can't get him, he's gonna go lift.
Yeah, they're gonna watch over him.
Nice, that was him, that was him.
Alright, nuke.
I'm at lift. I'm at
Yo,
lift.
another guy snipe ramp. One.
Yeah.
I'm here,
Watch out, me, Frosty.
Nice.
Watch out on lift, Frosty.
Oh yeah, I'm here, Jesse, I'm here.
Watch out, lift. Watch out, lift.
Still one in front, one in front. I'm hitting his front.
Watch out front somewhere. Frosty, watch out front.
Under us, yeah.
Nice job. Repulse up. Repulse
Alright,
up.
yo, I left tram. I'm pushing blue.
blue,
Quantum
yeah,
15.
blue.
Yo, top yellow's on me,
yellow.
top yellow's on me.
Oh, left side.
He's one.
I'm in blue.
Just perfectly coordinated there by Sentinels. They see a push coming from FaZe, and they have all the answers. Getting those players trapped down low at truck. at lift, going to kill them at their own leisure. They knew that players were, at some points, anchored across the map over near window, and they just ignored those angles. One thing that Sentinels do so good during their pushes is they block off a certain angle that FaZe have and just isolate the other members and use a numbers advantage to out-BR and outshoot the players.
Sentinels handed FaZe one of their only losses on Slayer, and now with the lead, 7 kills away from ultimately taking this game number 2. Sentinels have the opportunity to do it once again, but Snakebite, Renegade, and Royal 2 starting to push up over to the tram side. Renegade takes down Falcated. Royal 2 trades out his life. You're still only 3 kills away, but Sentinels are so close to that 50 kill mark.
And Snakebite fighting for his life bomb center here. You know he's being called out by these Sentinels members. Boo Boo and Sparty both living with 1 shot down low. And it's just a battle in the bomb center. Sentinels pleased to trade kills here. They will happily trade kills, but this can be a nightmare scenario. New sniper popping up. And Sentinels nowhere near it. Frosty has his hands, has the game in his hands. He needs 1 pick to get to safety. Gets the shot onto Falcated to stay alive. 2-kill game, but pressure's still on. Somehow takes out Sparty McFly.
FaZe starting to clutch up here as Sentinels go 3 down once again. Now you need to find out where they're spawning. FaZe, they have the advantage. They can end it right here, right now.
Last time we were in a situation like this, FaZe versus Sentinels, 48, or should I say 47-48. We saw a double kill coming out of FaZe, and also a double kill coming out of Sentinels in the form of Spartan McFly. Do Sentinels decide to be the aggressor here and bring the action, or do they decide to try to run out the clock? Too much time, they decide. Sentinels getting aggressive. Here comes the pushes over near hotel ramp. Spartan gets picked off through the window. They know a player's in the hotel, and this 2-kill game is now just 1 away for FaZe.
FaZe looking for that final kill, but it looks like Frosty just ran out of sniper ammo. Royal 2 still able to take height here. FaZe have taken control of this game, and Lethal is over towards the mid side. If Frosty can spot that out, they can possibly collapse on him, but he quickly takes height. QT's up, but once you grab it, Sentinel they're gonna let the FaZe know exactly where they're at. Boo Boo Dubu is gonna be chased out of the yard, over towards Legend, over on the mid side of the map. Boo Boo Dubu finds the exit, though somehow stays alive.
And Frosty out of the fight for a moment, has to rely on his teammates to be able to secure these. Looks like Sentinels charging around, trying to find any sort of angle. Spartan in the dip. Renegade gonna try to engage that. Decides not to jump out for fear of Boo Boo and support. And FaZe, they're not making any moves. They find out where some weak players are, but they're not overcommitting. They do not want to fall into a Sentinels trap. There's gonna be no sniper in effect the rest of this game.
They're playing this so cautious right now where FaZe, they know they want to take advantage of a mistake from Sentinels, but they don't want to get baited out.
What?
And World 2's down to 1 shot, ends up going down. That's going to be courtesy of Falcated, and now Falcated with the shot, but Boo Boo Dubu goes down.
You saw just a desperate quick push there from Sentinels.
But over should have a giant timer on their head, and that's going to draw a lot of attention. The hill obviously going to draw a lot of attention, but I think one weapon that maybe goes a bit under the radar is that heat wave. If you don't have that overshield, it can shut it down. If that sniper wants to play long range, you get close range with the heat wave, and that's where the coach is going to be tested to make sure they're always keeping track of it on the map.
Well, here we go, Salt Lake City kicking it off here with Frosty here on a crucial game number 3. FaZe and Sentinels both fighting for their chance to take down SSG in the grand finals, and what a bloodbath we have here over towards the plat. Frosty taking out his old teammate Lethal, has sniper in hand, and pressure already going towards this hill.
Frosty with that off the rack turns into a quick 3 down for Sentinels, but it looks like Sentinels end up getting favorable spawns right next to the overshield, and Lethal might have been able to get away with that.
Keep in mind, these two teams battled it out on this game mode. Last time, going in favor of Sentinels 4-2, despite Sentinels being outslayed. But is history a change in here, Tony? They also played Slayer on Solitude in their last series as well, where Sentinels were able to eke out that last kill. Actually, no, they played Recharge last time. I had the wrong stats there.
I think I just saw Lethal get double stuck with that overshield. My gosh! And Frosty is still connecting with the sniper. Left and right Sentinels fighting right back for the green side, but a killing spree out of Frosty clears out the green side of the map here, and FaZe once again take control.
Look at this, Frosty just keeping this power position, forcing Boo Boo to jump off the map or jump into a BR burst. You can choose your own adventure here when you're going against FaZe. Falcated, stick in here inside the B hill. Remember how last time he went against FaZe, he clutched it up with a triple kill, closing out the fourth and final hill here against FaZe. And now kicking off right off the bat here with the first one. Trying to stay alive. Look at how difficult of a kill it is to take down Falcated. Just juking left and right against Renegade. They're both hesitant to step a toe out of this hill. But they both know where each other's at. They know the location. And look at this, just coexisting peacefully inside the same hill. We don't have to fight. We can just stay inside and let our teammates fight. We can be buddies.
Gotta love that. Had a little bit of a peace treaty right there, then eventually one step out of that hill for FaZe that eventually leads to a one cap advantage for Sentinels, but Lethal over to the tower side by himself. FaZe, if they can get aggressive, they can clear him out and maybe get first progression onto the second hill.
Yeah, a rare symbiotic relationship we just witnessed there inside the Halo live fire universe. And Lethal just still looking around for where these players are at, just knowing Royal 2 was right above him, gets the kill, now decides to grab the time. FaZe, nowhere in position to stop this. Frosty has snipe, but he has to go an obscure angle to make this effective, and it's a do or die moment here. Frosty takes the pot shot, decides to back down, does not want to give this weapon on over towards Sentinels. And he's at kind of a crossroads here. Does he go back? Does he get a high ground to push across with a snipe? Does he join his teammates and push right up? And the fight's brought right to him. He's getting some damage, but they can't really translate into the kills they need. And all of a sudden, over 50% of the hill in favor of Sentinels. Sniper, relatively ineffective despite getting damage, despite getting kills. Hill and objective going in the favor of Sentinels.
At one point, Frosty had the sniper for so long this series, I'm questioning whether he spawns with it at this point. But finally, Falcated able to strip it out of his hands, and the BR connects onto Renegade to clear him out. A 2-0 start for Sentinels. And Falcated is moving in position with the sniper, and we see another overshield find the hands of Sen.
Yeah, you look at the kill category, fairly close. Only a 2-kill difference separating these two teams. But you look at the objective category, and it is nowhere near close. 2-0 in favor of Sentinels. Just completely outmaneuvering in these objective games. Lucky for Sentinels and Sentinels fans, there are 3 objective games total in the series. If Sentinels can close out this one, they got another objective to back it right up.
We see FaZe with the lead over towards this hill here, but they're still down by 2 caps. Spartan, he wants to find an angle along with Falcated. They're stacking numbers, but thought it was a 2v1. Eventually turns to a 2v2. Sparty goes down. Boo Boo Doobu falls as well. But somehow all 4 members of FaZe end up getting wiped. Here comes Lethal.
Lethal, the last one to join the fight, last one to join the party in the hill. Able to get that crucial flank on Snakebite, whether that was a respawn and join the fight immediately, or whether just knowing that he had to lurk on the outskirts of the fight. Look at this, not just sitting inside the hill and scrapping up time, realizing that the kills are the most important once you're going for this garage setup. So wisely decides to back out of the hill and charge in together with his teammates in the tunnel.
2-0 lead for Sentinels as they back up and try to finish out this hill. You just need one more round of slays, but you gotta take it one step at a time. Boo Boo Doobu taking down Renegade, but Lethal falls.
Time is so close. Boo Boo's gonna try to stick this. It's too close. It looks like no one from FaZe can get their foot in there. That's gonna be 3 hills going in favor of Sentinels. Now they decide to go for the dagger and get that 4th mile hill, or are they gonna go on a slaying spree? Still so much time on the clock though, Tony. It's hard to say, can they slay for 3 minutes against FaZe? I mean, they're going to Slays right now. Now the decision is, do they step inside the hill? I feel like this hill is one that you can't just bait over and over again. So I would expect them to grab this OS and just try to close out this game and start the clock a little earlier here for FaZe.
Even if they wanted to bait out this hill, I mean, to try to bait it out for 2 minutes and 30 seconds seems unrealistic. So Boo Boo Doo gets up close and personal, clears out that hill quickly. Now Sparty started to move in position with the sniper, but 2 of his teammates go down, so he tries to fall back. That's a full squad wipe in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, Sparty on the outskirts trying to help his teammates, realizing just a little too many numbers there. And here's the last one alive, tried to run on home, unsuccessful. But Boo Boo able to clean up that kill damage that Spartan laid down. There's a lot of faith in a team knowing that you don't have to just go for some random stick, some random ninja play in order to get a kill. If you lay down damage, knowing your teammates will take advantage of it, you will consistently do that and set your teammates up for success. That's what Sparty did with that no scope, getting some damage down, and Boo Boo off his spawn, getting the clear.
It's the fundamentals for Sentinels that's been giving them this dynamic lead, and now he's got to close things out.
Wow.
But he's not able to take down both players out of that hill, and it looks like Sentinels gonna sweep that game. King of the Hill belongs to Sentinels, and now you're 1 game away from going to the grand final.
Or are FaZe going to step it up? Are they going to get a little bit of reset, come into this game number 4 and go to another game 5 where they're just known as such a clutch roster?
This could be the final time we see FaZe here in Salt Lake City. Sentinels just 1 game away from making it into the grand finals. FaZe, their hopes are going for the 3-peat, might just end here.
2 apiece, but that's going to be Camo going over to Sparty. Let's see how he decides to play this one out. Is he going for the Slays, or is he going to try to get that objective? Decides to opt for the Slays. Gets the back smack on Royal 2. Saw a grenade over from C. Calling out to his teammates and just letting these players fall into the trap. Backs up Falcated for a short bit. Clears off Snakebite at the stacks. Meanwhile, all the way across the map, his teammates rotating the ball, but wasn't able to get anywhere. And what a sneaky try to jump over to batteries. Knew that there was some angle over from the Mangler pit, and rather than dancing back and forth in Needler, decides to take a little jump, go over towards that R1 battery. Unsuccessful, but great attempt.
Sentinels playing that early game well, even trying to rotate that ball, but FaZe anticipated. End up getting that ball toward themselves, so a 17-9 run in favor of FaZe. Frosty now with the shock rifle. Teammates are going down left and right. He has to hit the shot, able to do it. Sentinels go 3 down. FaZe are spawning up onto the gold side.
FaZe play ball, and it looks like Renegade has that grapple to get over towards Bat Ledge. But all these members of FaZe are spread out across the map. Can be nice if you're able to find these members of Sentinels, but Sentinels have done a good job of rotating around and isolating fights. Lethal getting the kill of his own. And here comes the fight, over in control. Ball in the hands of Falcade and scrapping up some time. What can Frosty and crew do to break up this elevator setup? This could be disastrous if Sentinels die over at elevator with this ball and FaZe get all the kills. That's a spot you do not want a team to have a setup, especially a squad like FaZe. Very limited angles to charge into elevator. Less ways to be sneaky for Sentinels if it gets set up there. But it's all up to Frosty. Cam on the hands of Boo Boo. Frosty, last one, elevator, gets taken out. And this is going to be a setup. No! Must have been a spawn over at Pipes there for FaZe. Very fortunate setup there for FaZe to get that one. It was looking like that was going to be an elevator setup here in the form of Sentinels. A little back and forth, but those kills going one way or another. Just so crucial. These teams are so evenly matched.
Booba Dooba with the camouflage behind enemy lines, and it looks like they have no idea. The green gun trying to come out in return for Snakebite allows Booba Dooba to stay alive, and he has 2 members of Sentinels with them over toward the long haul side, and he even has a full setup because there's a player addressing Whirlpool. Easy snatch by Booba Dooba. 1-person
advantage. I was wondering if Sentinels are going to go charging across the map, try to push that advantage. A little tougher here on recharge. Some areas you can't get to as quickly. Don't have as safer routes. So they opt just to grapple the ball themselves and say, all right, Lethal's out. Let's go back to playing.
24-22 lead for Sentinels. Boo Boo Doo Boo down to one shot, and finally that day gonna take him down. In fact, Royal 2 was able to get the stick, so 2 down goes Sentinels, and Royal 2 with some beautiful long-range shots. You have 2 players that are one shot in front of you. Finally, one of them ends up going down. Sparty repulses to try to take height, but eventually 2 down goes Sentinels, and Royal 2 might be able to get the shot with the grapple. Sentinels, watch your head.
Royal 2 already charging up. I mean, FaZe should be thanking Royal 2 for that breakdown right there. In pipes, he took down 2 players single-handedly with a couple plasma grenades, laying down all those shots over towards C-Plat and Stacks. Setting his teammates up for perfect position to push out, but not taken advantage of. Royal 2 literally killed 2 players, laid down so many shots, and no ball time whatsoever. He got shock rifle, but wasn't able to make use of it. And once again, the scrappy style of Sentinels paying off, grabbing a few seconds of time.
Still early lead for Sentinels here as Sparty trying to stay alive over toward the tower side. Royal 2 and Frosty end up spawning up. Some great shots coming out of Sparty here, and he's able to stay alive. Meanwhile, his teammates cleaning up those kills, but Ball still won the mid-map.
Yeah, ego challenge in there, not dropping whatsoever. And we're seeing a situation where FaZe had a 4-on-2, did not touch the ball. Now they had another 4-on-2, not gonna make that same mistake. They grab the ball, but are punished. Sparty gonna scrap up a little bit of time. No, decides just to play ball and get some slays. 1v1 against Renegade. Going in Renegade's favor. But while that ball was being played over at Hydro, new ball being scooped up by Sentinels near the pipes. FaZe decided to rotate a little bit faster this time.
Renegade ends up going down, but Sparty picks up a double kill. And is that 4 down for FaZe? Sentinels now have a big advantage here, and all of this time going down. You only have 55 seconds on the clock, and Sentinels are starting to grow their lead.
Yeah, so much back and forth slaying. Rule of thumb I used to use back in the day when we'd be playing a King of the Hill or an oddball is if the game at the halfway point is not progressing very fast, if very few points are being scrapped up, you need to put yourself in a scrappy mindset. You need to say, all right, let's get a couple seconds here and there. That's gonna add up with the pace of this game. However, when there's lots of points being put up on the board, you don't go for those scrappy setups. You go for larger chunks of time. Let's see how it plays out here in these final moments though. FaZe need to hold this for 20 seconds just to tie. The pressure's already being pushed from Glass. That's 2 down. Renegade with the ball. Pressure from both sides. He's gonna try to play ball it. And Sentinels, they're gonna welcome that. Sentinels either get the kill or they get more time off the clock. Spartan has the game in his hands here with Camo. I don't think he's gonna be trying to scrap up time. He has so much time here we can bait out a kill. Spartan gets 1 kill here, and they just play defense here on this ball. FaZe haven't been aggressive on the ball when they have the advantage. How are they gonna do it in neutral territory? Just like that, Spartan secures the crucial kill. This one's gonna be so difficult for FaZe. They have no one in position to touch this. Someone's gonna have to desperately push on out. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Royal 2. He's gonna get picked right off. Royal 2 goes down. Snakebite gonna be the next victim. Snakebite already down, and that's gonna be round 1 going for Sentinels.
Sparty had a big responsibility to just zone out the enemy team and make sure nobody was able to touch that ball. And with the camouflage, it looked easy for Sparty and Sentinels. 1 round away from making it to the grand finals and taking out FaZe twice in the same tournament.
Looking at the kills. Overall, the kills basically even. I believe it's in favor of 1 for FaZe outside of that starting break from round 1. Just going to show that Sentinels more objective efficient for their slays. If Sentinels are able to go even in slays, they're gonna go ahead and objective. Renegade and his Camo might have something else to say though. End of the day, against one of the best teams in the world, if they're slain and they're on fire, there's not much you can do. Now, can they chain together a bunch of these kills? They got 2 down thus far. We're about to see 3. This is one of the first times we're seeing FaZe get multiple down and keep control. They find Boo Boo in the corner. Gonna eventually hunt him down, but he's buying time. Now, how much time does FaZe get with this? Do they decide to just hold it in pipes? Do they decide to rotate it? Do they decide to play ball as soon as they reach some pressure? We'll find out here shortly.
A Eventually, Boo Boo Doo does end up going down, and Frosty gets away with the shot. Body shot onto one Falcon. It goes in for the challenge, but Frosty can't quite find the hit, so he's gonna be elusive back down. Ultimately play his life. Smarty was able to take down Snakebite to grab a hold of that ball, and FaZe go 3 down. This is not good. Frosty has to make a play.
Yeah, FaZe with their full setup, getting about 20 points of time. Here, not exactly a full setup, but Sentinels already having that lead. Scrapping up 11 seconds, play ball in it, and saying, we don't want to put FaZe in position to get another full setup. Now they have the numbers advantage. Do they decide to go for it? They get Frosty down. Royal 2 also down. That's 3 down, and not a second goes by. In fact, they have 2 members ready to grab that ball. One to grab it down low, the other to toss up towards bat ledge. This team is so objectively aligned.
Sentinels really starting to win these team engagements when it matters most. They are so close to that ball, and they're hopping on it immediately. But as I say that, Royal 2 gets a double card out of nowhere. Boo Boo Doo Boo snatches up this camouflage, and nobody from FaZe was able to spot him. So Boo Boo Doo Boo definitely the player on Sentinels to watch out for. He's the one that has to break the setup of FaZe.
Boo Boo, low behind enemy lines, knows it's too good true. He knows that player is not just going to be there with the ball without having his back watch. Some pressure there over from bat ledge. Decides to deal with the threats first. FaZe with a great ball rotation. During that time where Boo Boo was helping get slaves over at batteries, FaZe, they scrap up 18 seconds and go for the play ball. No play ball though. 3 down. They know the spawns are over at elevator, and this is a great position for Sentinels. They have 2 options. They can play ball it near Hydra if they want, or they can go rotation through long haul. They opt for the rotation through long haul. If they're able to get this all the way towards glass and now rotate these members over control, they're in a prime position to scoop up more time. Hasn't been spotted out though, and the push gets spotted late here from Boo Boo and Sentinels. They didn't realize there's that many players over in control. Now he has to play ball and turn and fight he does. So many shots there at Snakebite, a crucial one-on-one.
FaZe's lead was in danger, but it looks like they stopped Sentinels' reign of terror right as they were about to take it. Roll 2 over towards the mid-map, keeping Lethal out. You know what? I think now is a perfect time to hop on board with the FaZe. Listen, and they're trying to hold on to that lead.
Let's see Boo. One more Boo PJ after that. There's 20 glasses, 20
And
glasses.
glass coming. He can't play. Sig box, Sean. Sig box, Sean.
I'm trying to
I know. I'm just telling you where the
Box 15 triple. He's gonna be. I have your.
Another one. Live.
One hand in the corner.
Yo, Matt, 10 seconds.
Yeah, Blue Two split.
I got another one. Nice, 5 seconds camo. Yo, I can bring ball blue. I got 3. I can bring ball blue.
I got camo. I will get camo.
I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna block it.
Camo, get this camo. Long haul. Bro, Matt, I'm fucking bringing ball blue.
I know. You guys
Long haul. What's up, long haul, Red? Dead. Nice, Sean. Ungrapple all, on shock.
Triple E, PJ.
I'm gonna play for
Yeah, still triple.
I'm walking blue.
Triple weak. He's still triple.
I'm walking through. I do not see triple.
What a class.
Yeah,
One
he's behind.
triple.
Are you done?
Dude, Xbox. Xbox glass.
Glass. Dead.
Can we play?
Blue pipes. Yeah, I'm gonna play.
I'm here to play, bro.
Yeah, he's trip side, PJ.
John's playing
Jumped up C plat. Play, guys. Huge play.
Another C-steps, two.
Nice, huge.
Back below.
Yeah, weak, PJ. Hey, you want to play?
Two more.
Top A.
I'm here. Another one on me, PJ. He's going in here. Walking in here.
I'll push him. He's on the elevator.
Nice,
Absolutely.
no one BR, guys. BR going to you guys.
Mid-bridge. Neither.
Don't die.
He's probably gonna rush it.
Yeah, he was turbine.
He's weak, turbine
Look at
still.
Matt.
He's going to you, John.
Half wall, John. One half wall. He's gonna die. PJ, you spawned out.
Neither.
Yo, kills, guys.
Neither bottom main.
Okay, bottom main.
I'm at goal, guys. I'm at goal.
On CD player. Yo, red subs, PJ. You have to play for the guy.
Half returns.
I gotta wait nades. I'm going now.
Yeah. Take your time. Matt, worry about yourself, so.
Turn right.
Where's this guy,
I
PJ?
kill red steps.
Turn right one, guys. He went red, white.
Turban.
Dead.
Turn right coming. He's fighting you, Matt. He went A.
In bottom in, Xbox.
Xbox and A.
Yeah, kill Xbox. They're A, guys. He's spawning A too.
I spawn blue.
Are you?
Yo, top here.
Nice.
Top here weak. One in top here. Absolutely. Oh, check shot, guys. Check shot. John, can you check shot? On me, Neither, guys. Out in the open. Grapple. Shock is up, John. You can get it now. Trust.
One turn pipe.
Get some time.
Shock is up.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of time.
Yo, make them come to you.
Okay, they could have a shock, guys.
They will.
John, I'm gonna play.
John, came on 20.
Nice shot.
Top right with shock.
Where's he going, Brett? Talk to me.
Still top right. I'm holding min, John.
15.
Boobies half. Yo, we want top right. On the main,
Sparty blue tunnel.
Finally, Sentinels able to force FaZe to play that ball off the map, but look at the score line. It is a 66-39 lead still for FaZe as they're desperately trying to put their first round on the board. They are not trying to go down here.
FaZe clearly looking so much stronger here as this has been moving on, but even in a 2v2 situation, Sentinels are putting a few points up on the board. One thing that really stuck out to me during that listening was I don't hear FaZe really that chaotic in their callouts. They seemed panicked. They seemed stressed. They were calling out with emotion where players were at. They're usually a lot more calm, cool, and collected.
FaZe definitely feeling the pressure, and it's turning into energy that they might be feeding off of, but Snakebite ends up going down, and now Lethal wants to take height. He has to be careful. There's 3 members of FaZe, and I'm not sure he knows it. Finds the one-shot World 2, somehow stays alive, and now he's gonna rotate this ball forward. What a play by Lethal.
Great play by Lethal, realizing that his teammates were clearing out another one elevator. They were gonna have temporary numbers advantage, and because of it, they're gonna go step in the elevator. This could be the moment. These next kills, as they stop over towards Turbine, is going to decide the game. And it looks like kills are being traded out. Looks like Valkyrie decides to rotate this ball all the way towards Hydro. And this is a spot they can wait and wait and wait until FaZe have enough firepower. He wants to get that least 67 lead, and they do get the lead. Ball spawning towards batteries. Can anyone touch it from FaZe? Or is it gonna be a little stalemate? Are they going for slays? Boo Boo. Bird's eye view from that ledge. Knows players are at Turbine. And FaZe, they have to make a play, and they have to make it now. Royal 2 and Frosty, the last 2 alive that can potentially touch the ball. Frosty pushing over towards the batteries, gets a second. Royal 2 gets a second. Valkated in position to get the touch, and that brought it into overtime. We got another minute, Tony.
Got a bit of sudden death here as the tie is up. Valkated doing everything he can to stay alive, and it looks like Sentinels finding those kills. Sentinels now gonna rotate this ball over toward the gold side as they have the lead, and FaZe go 3 down. Here comes the spawners. Royal 2 hit the flat screen here. Sentinels are taking over.
How often do we see the game ball being dropped with 0 seconds left on the clock and tied? We're going to 1 minute that these players were not expecting. They were panicking for that last little play. And now only 10 points separating. This is totally feasible for FaZe still. They just need a couple slays and get that ball away. And getting caught off guard right there. Frosty gets taken down by Spartan. Snakebite also dead. Sentinels playing the clock. They decide they just need the slays. They don't need to worry about the ball. Somehow Renegade sneaking away with the ball over at C stairs. Could this be a blunder here from Sentinels? They just assumed they had more map control than they did. Renegade doing such a strong job here, getting the ball all the way towards Hydro. And it is a battle in the back of Hydro. All 4 members of FaZe down. 2-point lead. Sentinels, they're not gonna touch that. They're just gonna guard that ball. And this is gonna be it, Tony.
This is game. FaZe go 4 down. Sparty chucks it off the map. It's Sentinels that are going to the grand finals.
Sentinels proving, not just in 1 series, but 2 series against FaZe, that they are the better team here at Salt Lake City. FaZe, with their lowest placement so far this year, should not hang their heads low, but you know they're a roster that was looking for a back-to-back-to-back win. Spartan deserving all the praise he's getting right now as they are working their way back up to the grand finals.
Sentinels not only able to conquer FaZe once in that winner's bracket, but twice to knock them out of the tournament. How crazy is that? And in front of you, look at their faces. Look, where's the celebration? They know it's just another day in the office. They must know they still got to do it in the grand finals. They have an opportunity to become your champions here in Salt Lake City.
Sentinels just doing it all. I mean,